Hey everybody, hey, thank y'all for tuning in. So you can see I'm in the shop this afternoon. Got something excited about, something new I'm gonna try out. But I ordered me an e-bike, strictly to hunt off of. I've been playing it around for the past couple years. I'm getting one. Um, so I've watched a ton of videos through YouTube, a lot of reviews, and I narrowed it down to this one. Hopefully I made the right decision, but it just got delivered today by FedEx. I've got it in the shop here this afternoon, and I'm gonna get it put together and get the batteries charged on it and all, and then we're gonna try it out in the woods, put this thing through the test. So y'all stay with me. um, I'm gonna get the camera turned around here for you, show you what brand I bought, and we'll go from there. Appreciate you guys watching. uh, as always, thanks for the new subscribers. Channel keeps growing, and man, I appreciate you guys. All right, here it is, guys. This is the Happy Run G70 Pro. Uh, Huge box. This thing's pretty heavy, man. I think don't give me a line. I think the bike weighs about 90 pounds, but don't quote me on that. But where you see, there's the model number right there. So, man, FedEx got rough with this thing. Um, Hopefully nothing's wrong with it. But on this bike here, Happy Run, and like I said earlier, I watched a ton of videos on these things and narrowed it down to this. And when I get it unboxed and put together, I'm gonna explain to you why, one of the main reasons I chose this one. But on this particular model, um, Happy Run makes a dual battery, and they make two options. You can have a single motor or a dual motor. Um, I went with the dual motor. So this bike right here is a dual motor, dual battery e-bike by Happy Run. So with that being said, let me get this camera out of my hand, and I'm gonna get this thing unboxed and get everything separated out, and I'll show you what's all in the box, and we'll get it put together, charged, and tomorrow afternoon we're gonna try it out. All right, folks, this is it right here. Man, I was impressed already with how this thing was packaged in the box. Had protection over all the main components. It was kind of a hassle getting it all taken off, but great they shipped it that way. In this box, I should have opened it, but I hadn't. This is the rear rack. I ordered it separately. Uh, I'm a big guy, and I don't think I'm gonna have room for another passenger. So this back seat's going to come off and be replaced with that rear rack, so I can carry some of my hunting gear in and out. But this, as you see, that would have went on for the rear passenger for a little back brace. Um, but yeah, don't look terrible to put together. And like I said, I watched enough videos on it. I could probably do it maybe without, any instructions, but I'm not going to do that. You got your front fender here, and let's move over here. Front tire, and like I said, I got the dual motor model. Other battery, that other battery came already on the bike. So we got our second battery. Um, that's going to be our handlebar parts, metal pedals, 160 millimeter rotor, um, dual chargers. That's for your rear seat. I may not even put those on the foot pegs. Control panel, and that's the cover for the control panel. Even came with a lock, a hand pump. When we get over here, and we got our two front turn signals, our brake light and rear signals, and our headlight. So that's it. Now I get to start putting this thing together, but in the meantime, I've got to run and get my son from baseball practice. So when I get back, I'm gonna get this thing put together for you guys and get it charged tonight. And like I said earlier, we're gonna try it out and put this thing through the test for you. So y'all stay tuned, and I appreciate you guys watching. All right, so I've started putting the bike together, and I'm gonna show you what I've got done. I'm not gonna go through and video this whole process and bore you guys to death, but I'll show you. So I got the display on, the little windshield sun blocker cover for the display. That was just 2 Allen screws in there, and then as you can see, I got the handlebars on and 4 Allen screws there holding on. And instead of using these little Allen wrenches that came with it, I'm using my DeWalt Impact with uh, Allen screw head on it. There, it makes it a lot quicker. I did have to use this to get in under this windshield to get those 2 tight. And coming over here, so I had to put 20 pounds of air in the tire. The air didn't come. I mean, the tire didn't come with air. 6 Allen head screws that hold the brake disc on, or the rotor. So that's where I've gotten to now. So my next step is getting the front tire mounted on here, and I hadn't looked ahead, but we'll go from there. All right, guys, here it is, put together. Got it charging. As you can see, I got both batteries on. So I think both of these batteries are 48 volt. One is like a 20 amp, one's an 18 amp battery. I did read. I'm gonna read through the user manual a little better. I did read where you can have both of them on at the same time, and the bike would draw from the one with the most charge. So kind of a good deal. And you can see I got my rack on. Nice size little rack here. Be able to haul my, like I said, my hunting gear, my backpack, things like that. You can see both chargers plugged in here. Display is ready. That's it. Things comfortable. Seems like of course, I hadn't ridden it yet, but I sat on it, and there's your shock for your rear. It's not adjustable, I don't think, but these front shocks, you can see they're compression, so you can adjust them. I'll have to play around with that when I start riding it. But Shimano shifter, 7 gear. It's even got light. Of course, you saw earlier, turn signals. It's got a horn. Brake light, turn signals back here. It wasn't that bad to put together. I had a little trouble with the when I aired the back tire up. I wasn't thinking I should have got it up and got the weight off of it. It kind of tried to blow out on me right here, but I was able to get the valve stem out, get the air out of the tires, and I put a milk crate under it here. Got the weight off of it, and it blew aired right up. 20 pounds of pressure in them. Headlight seems pretty bright on it. We'll test that out at nighttime. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let the thing get a good full charge on it, and then we're gonna go test this thing out and see how it performs. All right, guys. I got her all charged up, and we're about to put this thing through the test. I'm gonna go over in the woods. I got a deer block I want to put out and make a quick trip over there and back and see how this thing performs in some hills off-road. So y'all stay with me, and we'll see how it does. All right, I'm gonna show you how we get it started up here. Just got a little simple button here. You can see I press and hold for a couple seconds. Oh, got to turn my battery on first. Sorry. I'm just gonna turn one battery on. All right, there you go. You see the screen. You got a little card, NFC card. Slide it in. And then, so this same switch on the side controls our, I guess you'd say our gear for our electric motor. And you can see it's on 0 here. I don't know how clear this is showing up, but you hit it one time, goes to 1. And we're in dual motor mode. So we'll try that for now, and just like I said, we're just going to do a test and see how it does. You can see that gear one's pretty peppy. Like I say, just remember I'm in dual mode. So, all right, we're gonna get out on the road here. This is speed 3. Going uphill about 19, 20, 21. About 21 miles an hour going straight up a hill. In gear 3. Alright, go off-road here. I'm going to bring it back down to gear 1. I'm sure the camera's bouncing some, but it's not terrible. These shocks seem to be pretty good so far. I mean, you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but this ground's rough right in here. Hopefully that no problem. Throttle's a little touchy. We'll have to practice on that a little bit. It's touchy. It's got a lot of acceleration. Yeah, that's just pedal assist right there. That's all just pedal assist. Yeah, it takes about 2 revolutions. Go right in here. And I'm gonna put this deer block out right here. You can see it's a straight hill. No problem. Wow. All right, I got that deer block out real quick, and this is going to be the good test right here from a standstill. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is a very steep hill in behind my ground blind going all the way up. So we're going to see. I'm gonna still leave it in gear 1 here, and let's see what this thing does. And I'm going to try not to give it any pedal assist. All right, you can see that was a little challenge, but that was part of my driving right there. I was all over the place. It was a hole where I dug a tree out with the dozer, and I tried to avoid it, and I kind of lost control a little bit, but that's pretty good. All right, now we're going to try it out in gear 2. You can see it moves on a whole lot better in 2. That's the end of the line out here. I got a tree one down. All right, so we're gonna try get off in this bottom over here where it's more flat. I'm gonna bump it up to gear 3. So far, folks, this thing is very impressive. The ride is what it surprises me. I mean, I'm hitting some good bumps on this thing. All right, so now I'm gonna ride back out of here and test out some more of these hills, and I'm gonna bump it up on gear 4. All right, I'm gonna ride this bike out of here, and from here out, it's pretty much an incline once I get past this little part right here, and I'm gonna test it out from, gear 4 to 5. I'm gonna switch it along the way and just see if I can make it back out to the main road without pedaling. So let's see what she'll do. I mean, it's got plenty of torque, seems like, or power. Little wet spot here. No problem there. We're coming up on a pretty good hill right here. That's impressive. It came right up that hill. I mean, yeah, of course it slowed it down, but it pulled right up it. I think it was still, I don't know if I had my camera where you could see the speedometer, but I think it slowed it down to about 6 or 7 miles an hour. But man, that's doable. That's exactly what I wanted right here. Just to be able to come over here and make as little noise as possible to be at a deer hunt. And I ordered some, of course I ordered a bag that goes right here on the, between my legs on this front part right here. And then I also ordered a gun bow holder that goes across the handlebars here. They're supposed to be to come in today. I ordered those through Amazon. I don't know, to be honest with you, if I'm gonna like my gun across the front here or my bow. Just because I'm scared it may be kind of rough on the scope and the sights. But I'll play around with it and see how that does. But that gear bag right here is going to be nice to be able to keep my cell phone in, and the card, the keys to this thing, and maybe some tools. And I need to order me a little air pump too in case I have a flat. I can air it up while I'm in the woods. But y'all can see, man, this thing is shoot, it's just cruising through here. I've got to get used to that throttle though. It's kind of, like I said earlier, it's touchy. It's real jumpy. And I don't know if that's just the throttle issue, or is that just the part of the electric motor, you know. Like I said earlier, I've never owned one of these bikes, and I did a bunch of reviews on them, watching before I bought this one. So this is my first one ever on. So I don't really have anything to compare it to other than, you know, what I've seen on YouTube from other guys. But yeah, man, I think this thing's gonna be the ticket. When I make it out to the road, I'm kind of scared to put it on 5 right now. I hadn't gotten used to this thing good. But when I get out on the road up here, I'm gonna put it at 5, and we're gonna see what it'll do. Riding it back to the shop. Big hole. You can really, man, feel that front tire. I forgot I hadn't tried it in single mode. I need to try it in single mode, but that'll be for another day, I guess. But man, you can really feel that front tire when you give it throttle. That front tire is gripping and pulling, man. To the road. Now we just went to 5. Let's see what this thing will do on the road. It got up there quick too. Alright, y'all, you can see I'm about to do a little test run on this bike at night, see how the lights work over in the woods off-road. So y'all ride along with me here for a few minutes. All right, you can tell the LED light is pretty bright, man. It's definitely gives me enough to see what I'm doing out here. I don't know how good the camera's picking it up, but it is definitely enough for me to ride at night. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what it's like at night, and of course I wanted to try it out too, and got away from the house where there wasn't any lights or anything to to kind of block it out. So, and that light's adjustable. Here, I'll stop right here. You can adjust it up and down. You can see that's a pretty good view. And that's I think that's high, that's off, that's low. So yeah, man, it's a pretty good deal. Which, I won't be riding it tonight a whole lot. Of course, early in the mornings going to the deer stand, and then in the evenings after I've hunted in the afternoon. But other than that, which I actually tonight I'm gonna ride it tonight. I'm gonna do some more tests on it. I'm gonna go put out another deer block on the back of our property, and I'm gonna do it tonight just to test this thing out. Okay, I'm riding in. I'm gonna ride into the very back side of our property. I'm sure the camera's shaky. I'll see it when I look back on this video, but man, it's not running bad at all. All right. Heck yeah, I made it to it. My food plot here. All right, I proved that. I can make it almost to the back of my property without much struggle. All right, guys, I think that's about all I can show you on this bike. As you can see, I got my My gun holders mounted today. I got this little um, bag mounted on the front here. Got a spot, you can see my cell phone's in there, and got a little zipper pocket in here. That's gonna come in handy. So the only complaint as of right now that I can find on this bike is this rail back here. And like I said, I'm a bigger person, so this kept digging into me. So I tried to find like a pool noodle from the dollar store, Walmart, but it's kind of out of season for that. So I found this pipe insulation foam that I'm gonna put on here, and I guess take some zip ties and zip tie it up, have a little cushion there. Which, if you're a smaller person, you wouldn't have this issue, and if you left the that little second seat that I took off, you wouldn't have that issue. But that, so far, that is the only complaint I have with this bike at all. But yeah, I hadn't tried my gun in this yet, but I will. Actually, I'm gonna try my bow first, because we're about to have bow season here, archery season here. But anyway, guys, that is it. You know, I got a lot more testing to do on this thing, but you know, as of right now, man, this is exactly what I was hoping for in it. So I appreciate you guys watching, and I'm gonna quit boring you with this video, and like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, God bless you all. Thanks for watching.